Hey YouTube. Well, last time we talked about this subject, you got to hear a little bit about my heartbreaks and what I learned from each one of them. So now it's this guy over here's turn.
Yeah, and I come from a very different background than she does. I was raised religious and everything. I was actually.
Hey. I went to Catholic school for 7 years.
Okay, that counts to a degree, but
in Las Vegas.
But the thing is, I haven't had a gay experience until I actually joined the military. I was in the Navy, and actually that's where I met my first love. He was in the Air Force. He was.
I'm sorry.
Studying a different course than I was. Oh no, I still care a lot about him, and he was absolutely beautiful. Like blonde hair, blue eyes, great body. Had this thing for games and Pokemon. He was a nerd, like a nerd boy. It was totally cute and everything, and I absolutely adored him. Like we would hang out and everything. I could talk with him. I could just go chill in his room, and it's just that whole feeling of just comfort that I can just be around this guy and just be who I am. And he didn't judge me at all. He would wrestle with me, treat me like a guy, and that's one of the biggest fears that.
Once again, back to wrestling.
Well, part of it's wrestling and everything, and the thing is, when you first come out, you just want to be treated like a guy. Like any gay guy still wants to have that relationship with guys like other guys do, and everything. And here's this guy who is straight and everything, and basically treats me like any other friend he has. It's that whole sense of equality, that whole sense that I'm not different, that I'm normal, which helped a lot. And I grew very close to him, and he cared a lot about me. He cared about my feelings. We would go down to the mall. I would help pick out his outfits. I would actually help buy his outfits because he was small. He not so much a pocket gay, but a little bit bigger than that.
Here go the names,
of course, and everything. But it was just this give and take. He would help support me, I would help support him, and we had that great thing. However, he would talk to me, and there was this one moment I can remember where there was another gay guy there who saw him and was just like, oh, who is he? I'm really interested, and I just got jealous. I was insanely jealous and everything, and it kind of made me angry the whole day. And I remember sitting down and talking with him and just telling him how I got mad at this guy, trying to hit on a guy that obviously I was with and everything. Kind of the whole mentality is he's with me. Why are you going to be trying to talk to him while you saw he was with me? And he sat me down and said basically that if I was gay, I would be with you. No doubt about that. And the thing is that he eventually got married to this girl he was dating since high school, and he promised to marry her, and he loved her. And it was hard. It took a while for me to get over that because I had this dream that I would have my first boyfriend. It would go out great and everything. I would be able to prove that everything was right and true in the gay relationships, that it wasn't wrong. And it hurt. It took a while to change those feelings of romantic feelings to one of just really close friendship. And once I did, I was just so thankful for that because he's still a good friend, and me and him still talk, and I can still be there for him, and he's there for me. Whenever he went to go deploy, I would meet him at the airport if he was going through, and it was just great. Seeing him for those 5 minutes would be worth it. And then, surprisingly, it's always the second one where
I knew it. Yep.
The second guy, he was Army, and that was a very interesting situation, and I have no regrets. Honestly, I have no regrets at all.
I do.
Yeah, because
that name will haunt me forever.
she had to listen to it and everything, and I was still immature at this point. I was still a young gay and everything. I didn't have experience in relationships. I dated girls, but it's not the same. When you're not invested emotionally, you can't really have understanding of relationships and all the drama that goes with it. So met this guy and everything at a party. Your hair was in my mouth. Anyways.
That's what you get for using my brush.
Let it go. And then, basically...
Third love, you used it too.
And then, I was at a party at her place and everything, and it was an awesome party, and I wingman for her. Got her to make out with a chick there. This was during Don't Ask, Don't Tell time, so... Trying to make that happen at a military party
Refer back to video 1.
Yeah. To make that happen at that time was... like mad crazy. And of course, she was being a good friend and did the same for me, saying I went to dudes to make out, which is a lot harder because we all know how
I still don't.
men are.
I still don't recall this.
She was drunk. Anyways, she's like, I went to see two dudes make out.
Too many of these.
There's no such thing as too many, but don't drink underage. Anyway.
We support the rules.
Of course. And then I wasn't thinking it was going to happen because, of course, you could lose your job at that point. So I wasn't disappointed. I just walk outside and then here comes this dude, this army dude who had beautiful eyes, who was just gorgeous to me. Like, I don't care what other people say. He was absolutely beautiful to me. He came out and made out with me. It was more like a dental exam. I'm not saying he was a bad kisser. I'm just saying he was drunk. So...
I'm just saying it was really gross to watch both of them go at it.
So, don't ask what I'm doing on the side. But anyways, me and him just like started hanging out all the time. Like I would go to his barracks room. Me and him would drive each other around, hang out and everything. She can tell you that like once I started hanging out with him, she was just like, I don't see him anymore. It's like once you came into the picture, he was gone.
It was true. I didn't really see him very often afterwards.
Yeah. And we did become really close and everything. And even his friends were thinking, it's like, well, maybe he's not as we thought we were. Because it's like, obviously, there's all these chicks that you say that you're going to go after, but it's not happening. And you're hanging all your time with Hutch and everything. And of course, I played games. I'm not going to lie. I play games. Trying to make him jealous. That's
a very young thing to do.
Yeah. And we advise don't do it, but if you're young, you're probably going to do it. We're telling you it doesn't work like that. That's not reality. TV shows and movies are lying, okay? No one likes games, even though they're kind of fun. Yeah, we can't lie. The games are kind of fun.
I mean,
until
they are to an extent, until you realize you have feelings.
Until you realize you have feelings.
And then it sucks.
Then it fails. But me and him would hang out, and there was a point where... me and him are lying down after a night of clubbing and everything, and he's telling me, like, he thought about dating me a lot and everything, and that he cared so much about me, but that he couldn't date me. It's not that so much that he didn't want to, it's just he couldn't. Because that was not his orientation, that was not his inclination, it's not what he wanted. And that was hard for me. Because I was praying, hoping, it's like, God, please bring me someone. It's like, I'm just so lonely, I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to go to bed alone, cold, and thinking that no one wants me, that I'm unlovable. And it's feelings that we all have, and it hurts. I understand it hurts, but the thing is that you cannot be with someone until you are happy with yourself and everything. And it hurt mine and his friendship because it got awkward for a bit. But the thing is, we're able to maintain a somewhat friendship. And he was able to get married and everything. I was sad because I wasn't close enough with him to be part of that or talk with him that much. We still talk once in a while and still exchange jokes and all that, but it's not as it used to be. And that's okay, because I learned that, one, I pushed way too hard, and I did kind of go crazy. Like, when I'm constantly talking about someone, when I'm constantly saying, why aren't they responding to my messages? Why aren't they on their Facebook? Why can't I talk to them? Why aren't they opening up?
That's the worst, isn't it?
It is always the worst because you want to talk to this person, but you have this logical side saying, they can't talk to you all the time. They have a life and everything, and you're trying to make yourself, your life, like it is in the movies, but it's fantasy for a reason. And people are like, oh, I don't want someone clingy, but then you go off and like constantly text them, getting mad when they don't reply. It's not that they don't care, it's just they have a life.
Yeah, see, we hate social media, but at the same time, please like our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding, but seriously, I'm not. Keep going.
And my latest guy and everything. And this one is kind of rough because I'm still in love with him.
It's the newest. Yeah.
It's the newest, and the thing is, I'm still in love with him. And I'm not going to lie and say that I don't have hope. I'm leaving it up to God. I don't know what's going on and everything. It's like I'm opening up definitely to if someone else comes into my life and everything, I work well with him, amazing. But let's see, this guy, I first met him at a party. I'm noticing a trend. But
never date people you meet at parties.
That's a lie. Go ahead and date them if you want, but understand that it was probably alcohol first. Get to know them.
I refer back to the video about lesbians. Everyone's dated each other. Never date people at parties. nice.
Well, my problem is that these are usually straight guys with bi curiosity. And this guy and everything met at a party. It was great and everything. And when I tend to have too much to drink, I tend to lap dance people. I prefer lap dancing women, but sometimes there's a guy or two who I lap dance.
Like every other gay guy.
Whatever.
I mean, some women too. Actually, a lot of women. Actually, people in general just lap dance when drunk.
Yeah, but hopefully you're good at it when you do it. I am. So basically, he bite me. So so basically, he comes up to me and says, "Hey, I want to lap dance." And I'm like, "Okay, why not?" And we start talking, and like I'm telling him about my views of relationships, romance, like psychology. Once you get to know me, you know I like talking about religion, politics, psychology, gay politics. It's all intertwined. But he just stops me and says, "Hey, sorry, this is awkward, but I just noticed you, and it's like you're just amusing to me. It's like I can't figure you out." And of course, for me, this is like, oh no, I can't believe you just said that. Now I'm gonna get obsessed with you. Great. So we start talking and everything, and at first he was kind of like pushing away. Like I was Facebook, like, hey, let's go get coffee because coffee's my thing. If I say, hey, let's do coffee, I'm either trying to figure out who you are, or I need to talk to you about something and fix some of your shit.
He's up to something.
Yep, usually.
I've never drank so much coffee in my entire life.
It helped you. And
sometimes.
And basically, it didn't happen at first, but then we just started talking more on Facebook, just becoming friends. And I started out with friendship. It's like, he's like, I'm straight, this is how I feel and everything. And I'm like, okay, sweet. So I just want him in my life. I don't know why. It's like, I just want to be a part of his life. So we found out, like, we have similarities but differences. Like, I like DC, he likes Marvels. I like vampires, he likes werewolves. I like Digimon, he likes Pokemon, etc. Like, same area but differences. Digimon's awesome. And
when I was like 5.
Pokemon's still around. Anyways.
I know.
But anyways, it went on that, like, I would help him with his girl problems or anything, help him become a better man and everything, and he would also help me. But the thing is, I wasn't noticing that. And it was intense drama. Like, me and him played mind games with her, and we knowingly did so. But the thing is, I put too much heart into it. And he did too. He was resisting his feelings for me. And he came out later on saying that he was bisexual and that he did love me. But he chose someone else over me. And he chose a female over me, and it hurt.
How did that make you feel?
It hurt. It hurts when someone's like, I do care for you. I have deep feelings for you, but I made my decision. Mm-hmm. And part of you, of course, goes like, I'm better than this person, start listing things and all that.
Yeah, it's human nature to become competitive once somebody says, I'm choosing somebody else over you.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I'm like, okay, then naturally I try to, like, make him not as great person as I thought he was. And the truth is, he is still a good man. And he has his faults, like anyone else. Mm-hmm. Like, my biggest fault is my pride. Like, I think I'm superior to other people. And I'm working on that. It takes day by day. And he had his problems, and he was working on it day by day. But in the end, he chose someone else. And because I could not accept that, because I kept pushing, I kept disrespecting that relationship, I basically messed up a good friendship that could be amazing. I messed up something that could turn into, like, a brother. You don't have to, your soulmate doesn't have to be your partner. Your soulmate could be your best friend. And that is something hard to accept, because you have that dream that I'll find that man or that woman who's going to go to my family, who I can be proud of, who I can show off in public, who won't cheat on me. And it's going to take some time. But, and yeah, I do still hold hope that things will improve between me and him. But in the end, I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that I'm okay being single. And when you get to that understanding that when you wait for the one that you're supposed to be with, things are better, because you're not looking for something cheap and easy to fill in the gap, because you're not going to be satisfied, because you'll just go to bed lonely with someone else in there, and so they're just taking up room.
It's pretty much whenever you get out of a relationship and you're really heartbroken, what we want people to take from this, because I know all over the world right now there are hearts breaking. Mm-hmm. And pretty much what you need to take from this is, heartbreak isn't always a negative thing. because you're going to learn things about yourself. You're going to learn about your strengths. You're going to learn how you handle situations in heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true. I believe firmly that there is no worse pain than having your heart broken. I mean, someone could sit there, punch you in the face, punch you in the stomach, but in the end, your heart will still be the one that hurts.
So, but we also want you to hold out hope, because there are so many people out there, and there's so many connections that you can make, and relationships is complicated. It is, but it's still worth trying. So
just pull the good out of heartbreak.
If it is still fresh for you, just take time. Take time to yourself. Be around your good friends. But know that one day you'll wake up. It's not going to hurt as much, and someone else is going to walk into your life, and you're going to say, why did I worry about that person in my past? So like our page, subscribe to our channel, and we hope that you have a great day. Look out for our other movies.